And welcome back, rugby fans, to Rugby411. As always, I'm your host. My name is Joshua Shibata, and this video is our MLR Week 8 pick'ems, as well as our MLR Rugby411 SuperBru pick'em pool leaderboard update. This is going to be an interesting week of games to pick. I'm going to do probably some picks that some people are going to say are definitely going to be the upset picks. But again, feeling kind of lucky, feeling kind of little bold, so we'll go with that and see. I want to pick up some speed and pick up some pace in the leaderboard leagues, and I feel that going probably against the grain might be the best way to do it. This week of games, there's only 5. 3 teams are going to be on bye this weekend, which just means less rugby for, all of us, which kind of sucks, but is what it is. San Diego, the Dallas Jackals, who probably really want the break, and Austin, who's probably really wants the break too, are all getting their first bye weekends. The remaining teams, we have 4 games on Saturday, 1 game on Sunday. And we got some early starts this time around. So, first game, Saturday, March 26th, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time start time, noon Eastern Time. So, for us West Coast fans, is rugby in the morning. So, not such a bad way to start off on Saturday morning. We have NOLA going over to Segra Field to go against the still winless Old Glory DC. Now, I'm gonna tell you, again, feeling kind of bold. I feel for you Old Glory DC fans, this is your weekend. I feel you guys will pick up your first win of the season right here against NOLA Gold. I know NOLA has been looking pretty good, or at least better than even what I was expecting, but home field, and I know, again, home field, they didn't do so well, but it was against Atlanta. And they actually started coming back. I feel they're onto something at home. The crowd's behind them, and I think NOLA is not consistent enough. I feel Old Glory is due. I think they're going to get their first victory of the season. Also, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time start time, Saturday, March 26th. You have the game of the week. The New England Free Jacks visiting Rugby ATL in the pit, in the snake pit. I feel this is going to be a great game. You have the number 1 and number 2 teams in my power rankings facing off, and again, this is where it's going to be a little bit going against the grain. I know they're the number 1 team, but man, and I know they're at home, but man, New England is there's just something with them. They look really good. Bodine Waka is just amazing, playing the season of his career, or at least his career in Major League Rugby. I just really feel they have the momentum going, so I am going with New England here, and I think they'll walk away with the win. And with that, easily going to be the number 1 team in the power rankings, knocking off Rugby ATL. It's going to be close. Again, it's going to be the game of the week. I would not be surprised if it comes down to the final play, but it will be a great game. Then following that is another really important game, or at least important to me, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have the LA Guillotinis, your reigning defending MLR champions, going over to the Seattle Seawolves at Starfire Stadium up in Seattle. Very hard place to play if you are a visiting team. Definitely it is the 16th man on the squad. But man, Seattle has really kind of fallen since the beginning of the season. I mean, granted, they did just beat the Dallas Jackals, but they've struggled. First win in 4 games. LA finally looks like they're clicking with their win over San Diego. And San Diego's no pushover either. I mean, San Diego probably got beat up quite a bit when they went against Rooney. But they almost beat Rooney. Rooney is a very, very tough team, and San Diego came very, very close to winning that game. Really came down to just a missed penalty kick by Joe Peterson. So LA handled San Diego. I know LA will handle Seattle. LA gets the win here at Starfire Stadium and continues trying to tread up the Western Conference. Will it be too little too late? We'll see. They have a lot of ground to make up from the beginning of the season, but beating other teams in the Western Conference really does help LA in their quest to defend the MLR Shield. And now the remainder of the games for week number 8. Last game on Saturday, March 26th, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We go back to Zion Stadium where Utah will host the Houston SaberCats. Houston coming right off of a bye. Utah coming off of a disappointing loss in Utah against the Arrows. Again, the criticism or the skepticism was that Utah plays better at home. Kind of was proven wrong with the Arrows. This is an interesting game because it's between two what I feel very inconsistent teams. Houston kind of started off pretty hot, especially with the win over LA, but it's kind of fallen back down to where I kind of predicted they would be at the beginning of the season. Utah is definitely not where I thought they were going to be at the beginning of the season. There is a thing last year where teams that were coming off the bye was like a 60 to 70% chance of losing coming back the week after the bye. I think it's going to happen again here, and I think Utah kind of bounces back with the home field advantage. I'll take them over the visiting Houston SaberCats. And then our last game, Sunday, Rugby Sunday, March 27th, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we have the Toronto Arrows, the last time on the road. Mark your calendars, guys. Next week, they will be finally at home, but one last stop going against Rooney in Hoboken, New Jersey. Rooney again is another team. Rugby New York again is another team that's been looking very, very good. Arrows surprisingly, with that win over Utah, but I don't think they'll have enough to beat a very game New York. So I think New York gets the comfortable win at home in Hoboken. And thus that will finish up our Week 8 picks. Now, let's take a look at our leaderboard, or at least our board for Week 7 picks in our SuperBru League. And look at that. Amazing. I gotta give a shout out, Frisco Flan. Congratulations. Frisco is a friend of mine. I convinced him to join our league. He's one of the first to join our pool. And, first time we played, first week, he got the wooden spoon, the worst picks of the first week. And now, boom, bounces with the gold cap in week number 7. Congratulations, Frisco. Now, granted, he did miss 3. He got 3 out of 3, but he got enough bonus points, and it was a horrible week for everybody else. But the best was Frisco. Congratulations, buddy. Very, very proud of you. You got to win. Oddly enough, if you will switch over to the overall leaderboard, he's a guy with a wooden spoon and a golden cap. I don't think anybody else has that, and it's very, very rare. But congratulations, Frisco. Coming in second was myself, 5.3. MSDRFC 83. All J Long, our current reigning leader right now. And Harry are tied with 5, coming from behind to round out the top 5. Our eternal rivalry between USA Rugby Union Fan and Footy Balls continues on. USA Rugby Union Fan didn't do so well, but Footy Balls did much worse. He got the goose egg for this week, the wooden spoon. Man, Footy Balls, you got to try a little bit more because USA Rugby Union Fan didn't do much better than you, but he's doing better. So you got to kind of step up with this rivalry. Otherwise, it's looking very, very one-sided. But let's move on now to the overall leaderboard. And as you see, RJ Long still at the top with 50 points. But again, the gap between him and everybody else slowly but surely narrowing down. Again, rugby is a marathon, not a sprint. It is all about attrition. And right now, everybody else is trying to hopefully hope that RJ Long slows down or loses gas so that somebody could overtake him. Otherwise, he will walk away with the MLR t-shirt. Harry and MSDRF FC83 are right behind. Well, not right behind, but behind RJ Long with 41 points each. Scary Larry right behind them with 39.5. And I am bringing up the rear, 37.33 in the top 5. Again, the top winner will win a t-shirt of their favorite MLR team, courtesy of myself. And again, guys, as always, I want to thank you guys for playing with the league and for sticking with it. You know, we've lost a couple of people, but just 2. You know, keep playing. You never know. I mean, just the fact that Frisco stuck with it and got the top score of this week, I mean, it can happen to anybody, you know, but it doesn't work unless you actually play. So, and you never know. I think right now it's everybody's sprinting to try to beat RJ Long, not putting a target on your back, RJ. But, you know, that's what we're all racing for right now, is to try to outbeat you. And again, you can't do it unless you put in some picks. So, make sure you guys put in your picks. Only 5 games this week. You saw my picks. They're kind of, a few of them might be, again, kind of against the grain, little long shots, but feeling lucky, feeling pretty bold. We'll see how it happens. But anyways, enjoy the games, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. And as always, I'll see you on the pitch.